Welcome to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt, and today is 1 Ounce Wednesday. On 1 Ounce Wednesday, I take a sample out of this box behind me. I pour it into a glass, I swirl it, I nose it, I taste it, I review it, and then I score its ass. The sample is totally blind. I don't know what it is. I just give it a score based off of my experience today. And this 1 Ounce Wednesday is brought to us by our good friends over at IntoTheAM.com. Into the AM just released their fall collection. They have pullover hoodies and Henleys and button-ups and friggin' zippies, all to keep you warm and fresh in the fall. And their jogger pants are like extra super glorious. When you pull them up around your nether regions, it's like a match made in heaven. Because they're like light as a feather region. You don't even know that they're there, they're just extra super comfortable. So if you want 10% off the best clothes on planet friggin' Earth, click on my link in the description below. Fill your cart with a bunch of other basic tees and graphic tees and all the stuff that you want draped over your glorious body. Use my code ADHD at checkout and stack the savings. Into the AM has been a longtime channel sponsor, and I cannot thank them enough for sponsoring this video and making extra great clothes that I wear basically every single day. If you don't believe me, just go back and watch my videos. You'll see this logo a lot. Now that we've talked about today's video sponsor, let's get into this 1 Ounce Wednesday. America. Hiding it? That feels like a big bottle. Feels like a big bottle. All right, behind me there, and inspection. That looks to be a fairly dark whiskey, I would say. Wow, there's some floaties in there too. Some particulates are definitely particulating inside this mother bugger. Whiskey hairs, you could call them. Some whiskey, I don't know, artifacts. Too many bilabial flaps, if you know what I'm talking about, on artifacts. Giving it a little bit of a spin job, a little bit of a SJ, a little bit of a whiskey twister, am I right? Look at that sucker going there. Wow. That is old. That is old and golden. That smells like a Heisman Trophy candidate. Or the Matt Madness Whiskey Tasting Invitational World Championship belt. Smells like 8 pounds of solid oak and gold. Wow. Bourbon, I'm gonna say bourbon old. 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. Wow. Extra oaky, pancakey, waffly, like buttermilk and butter and syrup and like just an overabundance of breakfast beautifulness. Breakfast beautifulness. Whatever's in this glass is like the perfect example of what a well-aged, extremely well-crafted, maybe perfect bourbon whiskey should smell like. Yeah, if an extraterrestrial landed in my backyard, or even front yard for that matter, and then, you know, came inside my house and was like, translated to, hey Matt, what's your best whiskey? I would have that alien smell this, because that is what bourbon should smell like. Incredible. It's incredible. An overall exquisite example of bourbon on the nose. Like I said, extra aged and just damn near perfect. Let's go in for a taste on this 1 Ounce Wednesday. Down the hatch. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Okay. Very, very, very good. Very freaking good. The flavor profile on this is out of this world. Damn. Problem is that it seems to be at such a low proof that it's like here and gone. The experience doesn't stick around for very long. Very good and then just disappears. Like my beautiful wife the first night we had premarital lovemaking. Amazing, then she gone. But I would imagine she told all her friends how good I smelled. There's almost a bit of a dusty note to it, like older generation bourbon, like a bit of that butterscotch, dusty, funky note is kind of in here, which leads me to believe it could be a dusty bourbon. The nose of this smells like King of Kentucky, like one of my favorite bourbons of all time. But then the palate and the finish is like there, but not there. It tastes like an 80 proof bourbon. Second sip. Whatever this is tastes extremely, extremely good. Like very good, but it tastes thin and watered down. It feels like it should be creamier and thicker and like more viscous. It feels like there should be more oils covering the mouth, but unfortunately there's not. Lots of oak, lots of brown sugar, thin vanilla, a little bit of graham cracker in there, a little bit of graham layered in there. This could be like an Orphan Barrel or an Elijah Craig 18, or if this was a thicker, more full experience, it would be an incredible bourbon. Based off the nose, I thought it was gonna be like a grand slam home run. Still a fantastic bourbon. On this 1 ounce Wednesday, I'm giving whatever is in this glass a great score, even though it was a bit thin and forgettable on the finish. A score of 8.6. 8.6, great bourbon. A lot of people are in the I don't love low proof bourbon camp. I'm not in that camp. I can accept a low proof bourbon and enjoy it. Unfortunately, what kept this out of the running of being absolutely exceptional or some of the best whiskey I've ever tasted is the fact that it is thin, watered down, and just short on being viscous, thick, and finishing with, you know, a good solid thrust to my taste buds. But anyway, let's go ahead and reveal what received a score of 8.6 on this 1 ounce Wednesday. Today we were drinking. Where'd I put it? Here? Oh! From Tommy D. I forgot that was in there. Tommy D. Michters Bourbon 2023 10 year. I think this is a barrel number, 23A0121. Tommy, thank you so much for the sample. There's no possible way I'm gonna get a bottle of this for a reasonable price. So this will probably be the only time I get to taste it this year, which means it's not in the running for Bourbon of the Year or Whiskey of the Year because I haven't had the opportunity to get a bottle. Like I don't have a bottle of it, so therefore it's not in the running for Whiskey of the Year. I don't think it would receive the top rank anyway, just based off the fact that the palate is a bit underwhelming. I do love it though. It is very friggin' good. It is great. Rumor has it that it is much older than 10 years old, even though it is labeled as a 10-year-old bourbon. If that is true or not, who's to say? But blind smelling it, I thought it was older than 10 years for sure. I would not have ever guessed 10. I thought it smelled more like 15 plus. That's just me. That's just the world's top whiskey taster, you know what I mean? No big deal. Just a guy who doesn't know anything, except for everything. Just kidding. So that's gonna do it for this 1 ounce Wednesday. Thank you again, Tommy D, for the sample.
According to Bourbon Pursuit, this 10-year-old bourbon is 94.4 proof and $185 MSRP.
Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing and ringing the notification bell. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey, and like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on barbecue, damn it. Because this coming weekend, Friday the 13th, I will be in Lynchburg, Tennessee for my second Friday the 13th of the year for the Jack World Barbecue Invitational. I'm gonna be a judge, bitches. I'm gonna be judging the barbecue, and it's gonna be glorious. So if you are in the Lynchburg area this weekend, come see me. Will I have the meat sweats? Absolutely. But I'll still give you a big barbecue hug and a big barbecue kiss on the forehead. Thank you all for watching. Love you guys so much. See you next time. I'm out of here. Friggin' go. Hell yeah.